Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium singles video here on iStarly TV, part of my Road to Master series. I guess I'll not say the usual even though I'm taking up time here to not say it, but this is the end of Season 8, I think, or 7. Either way, this is the end of Regulation C, and as of July 1st, we will have the new Regulation D, which will add a bunch of new Pokemon to the format, including, well, a bunch of old Pokemon, really. Landorus, Zapdos, Heatran, basically everything that is now in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that was transferable from home is going to be legal in Battle Stadium, which is super exciting. I'm definitely going to make a video about that and showing off my first team for the new season. So as of the recording of this video, it's afternoon on Thursday, the 29th, and I think actually probably towards the evening tomorrow on the 30th is when we will be able to actually start playing Regulation D, because they do say July 1st, but it's technically like July 1st, like international time zone or something. So for my time, that ends up being around like 5 p.m. the day before. Anyways, I'm excited for that. So I wanted to send off Regulation C with a team, kind of like I did last series, with a team that is constructed of the top Pokemon. So these right here are the top 6 Pokemon in Regulation C, at least here at the end of the season. And it's probably not surprising if you've seen these Pokemon. So this is a team of just the strongest Pokemon in the entire metagame right now. These are the top 6. And this is the order actually. So Dragonite's number 1, Flutter 2, Gholdengo 3, etc. So I had all these Pokemon obviously because I've been using them. And I just kind of threw together a team of these Pokemon that I think will function pretty well at the end of the season here. So this is bulky Dragonite. This is a little bit bulky Fluttermane with booster energy to boost speed. This is Choice Specs Gholdengo with Trick. And then we've got, I think this is Focus Sash Chien-Pao, which I found to be pretty good. And then this standard Ting-Lu. Finally, we have Choice Scarf Chi-Yu. So yeah, I mean, it's a good team. These are good Pokemon. Let's get to some games. Right, as I usually say, I like Fluttermane here. Fluttermane actually looks pretty solid against most everything on my opponent's team. The 2 Pokemon that are going to be the most scary are going to be Volcarona and Gholdengo for Fluttermane, because Volcarona is just really bulky on the special side, and I don't think I'll have anything super effective for it. Although I do have Perish Song, I believe. Or maybe not on this set, actually. Either way, I do want to bring Fluttermane here. And I actually think Dragonite looks good as well. And then finally, my opponent's team looks decently weak to Stealth Rock. So I'd like to bring that. However, at the same time, that feels like that leaves me pretty weak to Dondozo. So, I mean, Gholdengo's good against Dondozo, but at the same time, Gholdengo's not great against a lot of the rest of my opponent's team. So I'm just going to go ahead and just bring what I said, and we'll see how that works out. Dondozo is going to be probably the scariest threat for my opponent, So, yeah, let's figure it out. Let's see if hopefully they don't bring it. I mean, to be honest, my team just doesn't have that many Pokemon that scare away Dondozo, so it is pretty possible that my opponent does bring it. So if that's the case, we're going to have to really keep our Fluttermane in mind, and we're going to have to play as safely as possible with it, because we just want to use Fluttermane to hit Dondozo as hard as possible. So that's kind of the goal with that. My opponent leads with Chien-Pao, which is not super surprising. I think them seeing Ting-Lu on my team makes it probably pretty clear that I was going to lead with it. As far as Terra goes, though, I think I could afford to Terra here, honestly. It just makes my Ting-Lu a lot harder to take down by this Chien-Pao. It's very likely they're going to go for an Ice-type move, which will still do a good chunk of damage, I'm sure, because of Chien-Pao's ability, which lowers opponent's defense. So this is not perfect, but I do think that given what my opponent has, this might be one of the better Terra options right now in this matchup. Okay, that just does nothing, so we're happy about that. I mean, not nothing, it's like maybe a 4-hit KO, which is pretty rough for them, though. And then now, oops. Do I just Earthquake? I think I just Earthquake. My opponent doesn't have anything that's immune to it, unless I missed something, so I'm just going to spam Earthquake here. I could Whirlwind, but given that Chien-Pao is at full health right now, I think I'd rather just get as much damage on it as possible if I can. That's not shiny, right? I didn't see whether it sparkled. Shiny Chien-Pao is not legal right now, so if they have a shiny, then that must be hacked. No, I don't think that's shiny. I think it's just a lighting. I think shiny Chien-Pao's more like brownish. I could be wrong. Of course I flinch. I guess that was bound to happen, but we're still just gonna go for Earthquake here. Pretty annoying that I get the flinch there. This should get my berry though. Oh wow, come on. Oh, I have the other berry, so if I could die here from all these flinches. Okay, no, I don't. Okay. I'm just, those flinches is just so annoying, but if I can get off some damage with the Earthquake. Okay, we do, which is great. It does a good chunk. Dragonite might be able to finish off with a +1 extreme speed. I'm gonna Earthquake again. They could either miss, or as long as they don't flinch me. That's just all that we need here. Okay, cool, cool. So we get the little, I guess it's kind of a trade here because they lose their Chien-Pao. We don't lose our Ting-Lu yet, but I mean, almost whatever they go into is likely to just take down the Ting-Lu. So, you know, it's kind of like a trade here. But it gives us more information when we do go into our next Pokemon. So they're going to go into Volcarona here, which I do not love to see. They have the heavy duty boots. And I'm just going to go ahead and Whirlwind here, expecting the Quiver Dance. They do just probably go for the smarter play and just go for Fiery Dance though, which is, again, probably just the smarter play here. I don't know how common Terra Fairy Volcarona is. I imagine it's probably very common. I know as far as Volcarona is concerned, pretty much all the Volcaronas I've used have been Terra Fairy. Huh. So I'm just trying to decide what to go into here. Like, I could go into Dragonite and set up a Dragon Dance, but they're probably just going to Quiver Dance. They could also Terrastalize and then Terra Blast if they're Terra Fairy. So, if I go Flutter Mane, I could go Power Gem, but they're probably going to Terra. If I go Flutter Mane, is it... Like, will they expect me to have Power Gem? I'm gonna go Flutter Mane here. We're just gonna preserve Dragonite's multi-skill as long as possible. We'll see what happens here. I don't love this, honestly, but I guess the speed boost here is also pretty nice because it means that even after they set up one Quiver Dance, we should still be faster than them. So I'm just gonna go Power Gem here. I think it's pretty likely that they Terrastalize, but if they don't, somehow, then this could be pretty good for us. I was raising another Flutter Mane for the next season. Oh wow, that's perfect. Yeah, this is just perfect. This is just best case scenario right now. Anyways, yeah, I was raising another Flutter Mane for the next season, and that one had Perish Song on it, and this is a situation where Perish Song would be pretty good, but I guess at the same time it's not, because we just end up knocking them out anyway. I'm gonna go Shadow Ball just to be safe here, just in case they have a weird Terra type or something like that. I could have also gone Mystical Fire, I guess, but either way, I think I'm knocking them out, so this is just a great situation for me. And once again, because of that booster energy, we are able to outspeed them, even though they have the +1 from Quiver Dance. So that's just fantastic. So this just puts us in a really, really good position now. They have one Pokemon left, and we have two. We have two Pokemon that are, like, really good also. Though, it's worth noting that they have not yet used their Terra, and their last Pokemon here is Dondozo, which is not super surprising. I think I just go Moonblast. I do have a little bit of bulk. I think my bulk is in special defense though. Let me double check that. I forgot. Oh no, it's in defense. I don't know if that's gonna help us that much. I think I just Moonblast. I mean, Shadow Ball's so tempting because we might get the special defense drop, which means our next Shadow Ball would do more. I think Moonblast is just better. I mean, it's just gonna do more damage. Okay. That's a good sign. Well, I mean, obviously I would outspeed. Wow, that was a critical hit. Okay, if we survive this, we win. Oh, we barely survive. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, this team is broken, but what did you expect? That is perfect. So literally having those defensive EVs in my Flutter Mane literally won me the game there because I mean, I could have, after that I would have gone into Dragonite, and I don't think Dragonite would knock out the Dondozo, and then they could go for like rest or something, and once they get back to full health, there's just about no chance I have of winning, because I would have to set up with Dragon Dance, but they have Unaware, and yeah, so Dragonite just would not have had a good chance against Dondozo. So like I said at the beginning, having Flutter Mane there was just perfect for that matchup because of Dondozo. So great game, although again, this is a really good team with the best Pokemon in the meta, so it's unsurprising that it did well. Let's go to game 2. Game number 2. My opponent's team's really cool. They have Armarouge, Ceruledge, Meowscarada, and Azumarill, so they have a lot of really interesting Pokemon. They also have, what's that one called? Skeledirge. I haven't used that one in forever. Their team's really interesting either way. I'm liking Chien-Pao though here. It has super effective moves for almost everything on my opponent's team. And then I guess Azumarill would be the scariest Pokemon for it. I think I like Ting-Lu a lot here as well as a lead. Although they'll probably lead with Meowscarada if that's the case, so maybe I should be careful about that. I also do like Dragonite, although Skeledirge is annoying. We might just end up bringing the same 3 as last time. I feel like they're just the safest bets. And if they do lead Meowscarada, honestly, I might just Terastallize again. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, this is a good combination of Pokemon, so let's see how this turns out. Also, you may have noticed that I did not provide a team code for this team. I just figured the season's just about over here, and this team is going to be pretty obsolete in a couple days, so, or probably in one day, like in 24 hours, this team is going to be obsolete, so I just figured I didn't really need to provide a team code there. They lead Azumarill here. I kind of just want to Earthquake. Although getting up rocks is pretty... Actually, nah, I think it's just super helpful to get up Stealth Rock because they have so many Pokemon that are weak to it. Wow, this Liquidation doesn't even do half. Ting-Lu is insane. Ting-Lu is so good. Okay, so yeah, now I'm just going to go ahead and... I think now I just Earthquake. You know, again, we could Whirlwind, but I think we're fine just Earthquaking here, just getting as much damage on this Azumarill as possible. They go for the Play Rough there, and luckily for them, they do hit, but because Ting-Lu is so bulky, I actually do survive. And then, of course, I'm going to eat my berry, and I'm not expecting this to knock it out. It's not even close. Okay. I might survive another hit from them. So I'm just going to Earthquake again just to get off as much damage, and then whatever I go into... Okay, they do knock me out, which is a little unfortunate because now Fluttermane is going to struggle. Fluttermane's going to take a lot of damage here, which is not good at all. I don't know if they're Assault Vests, because they would have... I mean, the thing is, Chien-Pao just doesn't really have anything for Azumarill, right? So if I go into that, I could go like Terra Dark Throat Chop just to get off a lot of damage. Yeah, this is actually rough. Because I know that Fluttermane can't survive too many hits from Azumarill. Wow, is this Azumarill gonna solo me? That's really bad. I think it's just gotta be Moonblast though, like... I don't know, this is really bad. Yeah, that's rough. They go Play Rough, which is really risky, and they one-hit KO me. Wow. Why did they take so little damage from Earthquake? I mean, at the same time, Ting-Lu is not very strong. So it's Chien-Pao versus the world here. You know, the last game was really close, and I ended up, you know, pulling out the victory with these strong Pokemon. This game might be over very quickly. This is a really rough one, to be quite honest. Azumarill doesn't see that much play, but when it does, I mean, its typing is really good, right, in this meta, especially against Pokemon like Chien-Pao like this. So the Sucker Punch is probably obvious, but they might just figure that their Azumarill's almost as good as dead at this point anyway, so they might just stay in and just let it die, just in case I make a mistake or something. So let's see if we can solo with Chien-Pao. I don't know if that's possible, but at the same time, their team is kind of weak, to be honest. They go into Armarouge. I'm just going to go ahead and Terra and just go Throat Chop. I should be faster. And Dark is such a good coverage type that even if they Terra... like Terra Grass or something, we should still be able to do a good chunk of damage. So it's possible we could solo them with the Chien-Pao. I guess they could be Choice Scarf as well and outspeed me, which would also be awkward. But if that's the case, then we just follow up with a Sucker Punch. So, oh, they have Shadow Sneak. Okay, cool. So we take that pretty well. That does break our Sash though, which is important for the future. They also do not Terastallize, so we're gonna knock them out here. But it means that whoever their last Pokemon is, they might get the edge on us because they have the option to Terra. We'll see what it is though. But this battle's definitely getting closer than I thought it would be. There's Meowscarada. I would imagine they have a Terra type that protects them from ice. I'm still just gonna go Crash though. Like, Terra Steel on Meowscarada is really weird. Like, you don't see that all the time. I guess Terra Fire would make some amount of sense. Usually, though, they're like Terra Grass, or... I actually don't know what the most common Terra types for Meowscarada are, to be honest. There's also a chance we flinch them. We are faster, although they could also have Sucker Punch, but we would resist that. So I feel like things are looking pretty good for us here. They actually are Terra Ghost, which is really funny, because they might have expected me to not go for the Dark-type move there, so pretty interesting play on their part. We are faster here, and we get the knockout. Wow! This team is so good. Okay, I mean, again, these are the strongest Pokemon in the meta, so it's not surprising, but we actually did solo them with Chien-Pao. All Ting-Lu did was pretty much get up the Stealth Rock. That was just about it. I guess it weakened Azumarill a little bit, but yeah, it was pretty funny. So good game again. You know, that was looking really bad for us, and we you know, pulled the reverse sweep. So let's get one more in here for good old Regulation C sake. Here we are with Game 3. My opponent's team looks familiar, and that's because they have 5 of the top 6 most used Pokemon, and they also have Dondozo, so I'm going to try to not make the same mistake as last time and like be super weak to Dondozo, even though we did end up winning there. I'm going to try to not have just one Pokemon that's good against it. I think because they have Ting-Lu, I'm actually a little hesitant to bring my own. So I do think I want to bring Gholdengo here. It looks okay, although they also have Chien-Pao. Gholdengo is good against Dondozo. It's okay against Ting-Lu because it's Terra Flying, and then it's maybe okay against their Gholdengo. I'd like to get up rocks for their Dragonite, but they also could have heavy duty boots. Okay, I definitely want to bring Flutter main. I think I just bring these 3, honestly, just 3 offensive Pokemon, and I think I want to lead Gholdengo here, although that would break my Sash if they lead Ting-Lu, which is pretty likely. I guess I'll just go like this. I don't know, this feels rough. I would rather lead with Gholdengo and have Chien-Pao in the back, but again, I think it's just so likely that my opponent leads with Ting-Lu and gets up their Stealth Rock, which just makes Chien-Pao a lot worse because it would lose its Sash, but I don't know. We'll see. That's a cool little picture with the little Ditto. It's funny because our trainer cards look pretty similar because we both have our Pokemon facing the other way like that. They lead with Ting-Lu, unsurprisingly. I'm just gonna fire off that Icicle Crash. You know, it's all I have. It's what I got here. If they're max HP, max defense like mine was, then it'll be kind of like a mirror match of what happened in the previous battle, or I guess it was 2 battles ago. But of course we have the chance to flinch them, and they flinched me 3 times, so maybe the universe owes me a flinch here, or 2. Their Terra, it's probably Poison, which I think is pretty common. It could be Dark. It's Fairy. I guess that's also pretty good. It makes a lot of sense. Terra Fairy is a pretty solid one for Ting-Lu, because Fairy's just a great type. So again, they're gonna pretty much get up their rocks, unless they just want to deal as much damage to me as possible here. Yeah, they do go for Stealth Rock. I could go into Gholdengo, or I could bank on the flinch, which is kind of lame to do, of course. Well, I mean, they're probably going to go Earthquake, so going into Gholdengo doesn't really make any sense. So let's go Icicle Crash. And they switch. Okay. It's pretty exciting that they switch, because we might be able to get extra damage on something, but they switch into this, which is unsurprising. I could go Terra Dark into Throat Chop. I think that would stop a Yawn. Huh. Terra Normal is meh here, I guess. And then Terra Flying could be good on Gholdengo, but since they're Terra Fairy now, I'm just gonna do it. I just think this is the most damage as possible, and I think switching is not good for me. I think that just kind of throws me off a little too much. So I know in the past I've had teams with like choice banded Chien-Pao with Terra Dark, and they do a lot of damage to Dondozo, but this is not choice banded, so you know, I'm gonna be doing less damage, but they might not expect this. That's nothing. That does nothing. And they are Rocky Helmet. Okay. This might stop them from going Yawn though, but I hope this knocks me out. Of course it doesn't though. And I'm gonna Throat Chop again. You know, I don't really think there's much else I can do here. And then what I think I'll end up doing, it does a decent chunk of damage there. I might just... Oh, that works? Okay, well, we might be able to knock him out here. I'm gonna crash. Oh, they didn't switch. Wow, that's funny. They didn't switch. Please flinch. Yes, okay, cool. Oh, but then we are still alive. Okay. We needed to faint there, which is really funny. I'm just gonna stay in. They can rest. I don't really care that much. I mean, I do care, but... Yeah, they rest. So Gholdengo, I'm gonna eventually go into Gholdengo and go for Trick to trick the choice specs on them, which makes them pretty, not useless, but it's pretty good for me. They might knock me out here. Do they have Sleep Talk? I mean, they usually do, right? They don't. Okay. Interesting. Again, we know they have Earthquake. That's actually really bad. Because if we had been able to terrestrialize our Gholdengo, we could Terra Flying to make us immune to Earthquake, and then lock them into Earthquake with the choice spec. So that would have been perfect. But we already wasted our Terra, which is pretty funny. All right, this is going to do some damage, not very much. I guess we could just spam Shadow Ball with Gholdengo. They yawn, but that kind of doesn't matter because we just knock ourselves out with Throat Chop. So they kind of just, I guess, kind of wasted a turn. Dondozo is very annoying. I know I've said that in the past. Let's see what they do here. If they rest, that's actually great for us now that we know that they don't have Sleep Talk. Also, though, maybe I just... Wow, they do rest. Huh. Do I just spam Shadow Ball now? It just sucks because if they do end up going into Ting-Lu, then they'll probably survive the Shadow Ball. Yeah, I'm just gonna Shadow Ball. See how much it does. We are choice specs modest. Does a lot, so that's a 2-hit KO right there. They are pretty much as good as dead at this point. But again, what matters most is what we can do to that Ting-Lu. Okay, they switch. I don't think they have any normal types. This battle feels like it's been an eternity, so I've forgotten already. This is a weird switch to me because I am choice specs and they should probably know that. So I feel like I'm gonna knock them out in 2 hits. Oh, maybe not. Maybe, actually, maybe now. Oh, never mind. Maybe not. Okay, we're going back and forth here. They're gonna go Earthquake. Do we bank on Gholdengo to win this fight, to win this battle? No, I don't think we can. Let's hope for the best here. We might be able to survive an Earthquake. We just need this thing out of the way. Oh, yes. Wow, this match, or this video so far has been so lucky to me, but I deserve that because they're running bulky Pokemon. They're running stall Pokemon, even though I always run Ting-Lu. But yeah, I would say I deserve that. Comment below whether I deserve that. They go right into Flutter Mane, and they did not get the boost from Booster Energy, so we just go ahead and stay in here and get knocked out. And maybe not. Okay, well, of course we do. And then we get to go right into Flutter Mane, and I know I'm gonna be faster. Their Dondozo's as good as dead, but the thing is, like, if we happen to knock out their Flutter Mane here, then, oh, this is scary. Then their Dondozo is as good as dead. Although they might just have Focus Sash. They probably have Focus Sash here, so it probably doesn't matter what we do. I could go Moonblast to try to lower their special attack. I could also go Mystical Fire. This is gonna be really weird, but I'm gonna go Mystical Fire here to lower their special attack. It's guaranteed to lower their special attack. And then we might survive a Shadow Ball, and then we knock them out with Shadow Ball. This might be the stupidest play ever, though. If their choice specs... Wow. Well, I mean, now we need this to knock them out. If it doesn't, then we lose. So this is a really close one. I'll take it. I'm happy either way, I guess. I mean, I'm obviously happier if I win. Yes. Wow. This video has been perfect. We went 3-0 here. Although, again, I'm using the best Pokemon in the meta, so what do you expect, right? I guess a lot of people, I could foresee a lot of people saying that, like, oh, you didn't really do that great because all the Pokemon you were using were OP, right? So that's the whole point. But that just goes to show why these were the 6 most used Pokemon in the meta. The funny thing is I didn't even use Dragonite or Chi-Yu or anything like that, but these are just great Pokemon. I expect all of these Pokemon to still be very good in the new season. However, there's going to be a lot of new Pokemon added to the format, so things are going to be really different. Things are going to get shaken up pretty significantly, and as I keep saying, I am super excited for it. So thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. I'm going to be posting, probably the next day, I'm going to be posting a kind of team building guide for the new season and showing off the new team that I'll be using, at least in the beginning. I mean, I'm excited to try out so many different Pokemon that I'll definitely have multiple teams, but the first one I'm going to use, I'm going to make a video about it and talk about it. So thank you very much for watching. Be on the lookout for that. Please subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos, and let me know in the comments which Pokemon from Regulation D you are most excited to use. I'm just going to spoil one of the members of the team right now. I'm actually going to be starting with Hisuian Arcanine with Terra Normal, because it has extreme speed and it has Rock Head, which makes it take no recoil from Flare Blitz and Head Smash and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to try that, and let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you next time.